No matter what we do to try and get it, it never feels like we can get enough. You might be going to bed on time, relaxing before bed, avoiding your phones, just like the experts say, but still you lie there wide awake. And if you do manage to fall asleep, you might wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning for no apparent reason. You might notice dark circles around your eyes, the natural glow in your skin fading, or even more hair loss in the shower draining. The worst part is you can't explain it because even if you do get 8 hours of sleep, it feels like your body is shifting without your permission. And nobody told you this could happen as early as your 30s and beyond. Well, what if I told you that there's one thing that the doctor probably never mentioned? And that could be what's sabotaging your sleep. I'm Taylor. I have been speaking all across the world on female longevity, health optimization, and I really feel that I've learned the truth about sleep for women. Today, I'm going to show you what I found to be the hidden culprit that's behind stealing your rest, along with a few solutions that can help to give you deep restorative sleep once and for all. Now, most women are told that their sleepless nights are just because of stress, bad habits, or they're just getting older, which can contribute, but naturally, we try all the fixes like reducing caffeine late in the day, taking melatonin, possibly wearing a sleep mask. But if none of that really works, it leaves you wondering what's actually going on. So in your 30s, your reproductive hormones, mainly estrogen and progesterone, may begin to shift, not drastically or in a way that you'd notice necessarily, but these first small changes can have a big impact on how your brain regulates sleep. Hormones aren't just about your cycle. They play a powerful role in everything from how calm you feel, to how easily you can fall asleep, to how deeply your body restores at night. So when these hormones start to get out of rhythm, even slightly, your sleep becomes lighter, more interrupted, and less restorative. When you're not getting deep sleep, that kind of helps your body repair and restore. You don't just feel tired, you age faster, your skin doesn't recover as well, and your body holds on to fat differently. Your hunger hormones like ghrelin can be increased and so much more. This brings us to a question that I often get asked and hear women asking themselves, which is, why is my sleep so unpredictable while my partner can just sleep through anything? Well, sleep isn't always fair, and especially for women. It's not just in your head, because research shows that women are significantly more likely to struggle with insomnia than men. But we don't have all of the medical literature yet to know the exact reasons why. What we do know, though, points to something that we've already touched on, which is your hormones. Now, let me explain how exactly they impact your sleep, because once you understand what's going on, it starts to make a lot more sense. So starting in our teens, right around the time that we begin menstruating, your body and brain start this rhythm of two powerful hormones. We have estrogen and progesterone. Now, we already know that they affect things like your mood and energy, but what most people don't realize is just how deeply they control our sleep. Estrogen and progesterone don't just float around doing their own asynchronous things. They directly interact with your brain's sleep system. And here's where it gets really interesting. Progesterone has a calming effect, working a little bit like a natural sedative, helping your body relax and drift into deeper sleep. But when progesterone drops, like it does right before our period or day 1 of our cycle, that calming effect can fade. That's why you might feel more restless or anxious at night without even knowing why. Estrogen, on the other hand, isn't as straightforward, let's say. Sometimes it helps you feel fresh and full of energy. Sometimes there's too much of it at the wrong time, and it can confuse your body, and it can make your body temperature go up and make you feel restless when you should be feeling sleepy and relaxed. And then there's something that most people have never heard of, but it plays a huge role in your sleep, and it's called GABA, which stands for gamma-aminobutyric acid. Don't worry about the name, but GABA is like your brain's off or throttled down switch. It's a neurotransmitter that tells your nervous system to slow down, relax, and prepare for sleep. But guess what? Progesterone actually boosts GABA. So when your progesterone levels are healthy, GABA works better. Your brain calms down, you fall asleep and stay asleep easier. But when progesterone drops, like right before your period or after pregnancy or during menopause, support for GABA weakens. As a result, your brain doesn't get the same signals, which can make falling and staying feel impossible. So it's not just stress keeping you up, which of course is a large contributor and can be impactful, but it's also our entire brain chemistry straight to myth. At this point, there's another important thing to understand. In your 30s and early 40s, you might have regular periods. Everything might seem normal, which is great. But inside, hormones may be changing quietly and gradually and in ways that directly impact your sleep. This slow change is called the menopause transition, or can be called perimenopause. And it's not just about hot flashes and missed periods. It's about your body trying to adjust to a new rhythm. During this time, estrogen levels start to decline, but they don't go down smoothly. They spike, crash, dip, are unexpected, which can make your sleep unpredictable. And one of the most common symptoms during this phase is sleep maintenance insomnia. Now let me explain that, because it's not falling asleep that's the issue, it's staying asleep part that gets really difficult. You're going to bed, you might drift off fine, but then you're awake at 2 or 3 a.m. and your mind is racing and your heart may feel like it's pounding. No matter how many deep breaths you take, you can't get back into that deep restful sleep. That's sleep maintenance insomnia, and it's incredibly common for women during hormonal transitions. So here's the truth that most women are never told. It's not about being a light sleeper. It's your body responding to hormone changes, life stresses, and many other invisible pressures all at once. Now, before looking at 3 solutions, it's important for you to understand what deep sleep really is. When most people think of sleep, they imagine it as just one long, quiet phase. In reality, your body actually moves through different stages every night, like steps in a routine, or your brain follows to help you heal and recover. These stages include N1, which is light transitional phase. It's like when you're half asleep. Stage N2 is a little bit deeper, but still easy to wake from. And then stage 3, which is the deep sleep stage, and by far the most important for your physical recovery. During deep sleep, your body focuses on real repair work. Your muscles rebuild, your brain clears out waste, and your hormones start to balance, and your energy stores are replenished. This is also when your immune system strengthens. So all in all, deep sleep is where your body heals. After deep sleep comes REM sleep. The stage is more about your brain processing emotions, storing memories, and organizing information, all from the day. If everything is working properly, your brain cycles through these sleep stages multiple times per night. You move gently from one stage to another, deeper and deeper, and then to REM, and then back again. This pattern is what we call sleep architecture. When it's solid, you wake up feeling steady, clear, energized, even if your to-do list is a mile long. But when your hormones are shifting, or if these rhythms have been disrupted, your brain stays stuck in these lighter stages and your deep sleep gets cut short. That's why you can wake up feeling exhausted even after what felt like or looked like a full night of sleep. But the good news is, once you understand what's happening inside your body, it becomes much easier to fix. So let's get into the real things that can help your body fall asleep and stay asleep. These changes can help tell your brain that you're safe now and that you can rest, because sleep doesn't just happen. Our body needs certain conditions to even get there. And if you've been stuck in a pattern of midnight wake-ups, tossing and turning, or waking up exhausted, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because no one has really showed you how to prepare your body properly for sleep the right way. So let's talk about what I would start doing now. First, ditching and reducing all bright lights at night. Basically, the light tells your brain what time it is. So if you're scrolling through Instagram or watching Netflix right before bed, your brain doesn't know that it's bedtime. It thinks the sun might still be up because it's experiencing the light. And I know that sounds a bit odd, but it's true. This can shut down your melatonin production, which is your sleep hormone. Here's what you can do instead. Dim your lights, preferably orange red, 60 to 90 minutes before bed, and use lamps, not necessarily overheads. If you need your phone, you can Google red light phone trick and limit all the blue light. Definitely low orange-red light equals better melatonin, which means you can enjoy better and deeper sleep. If you don't want to do the lights, you can also use a red light sunset glasses or red light glasses. Also, getting morning sun to set your circadian rhythm and viewing evening sunset is a great addition as well. These both signal to your brain and body that it's time to wake up in the morning, and then further anchors it when you see sunset, and this will all help to re-regulate our sleep-wake cycle. We are completely out of the natural cycle of the aforementioned blue light because of the aforementioned blue light and eating too close to bed. Both light and food are feeding your brain information as to what time it is. The blue light sends the wrong signals in the evening, as does eating too close to bed. Have your last meal 3 to 4 hours prior to bed. Second is unwinding your brain before your head hits the pillow. Sleep doesn't come with an on-off switch. It comes with a wind down. If your brain is still going over to-do lists, the fight that you had earlier, or tomorrow's meetings, you're not going to drop into deep sleep. You'll stay in light sleep or keep waking up. Try this. Write down your thoughts before bed to get them out of your head. Stretch slowly or breathe deeply for a few minutes. Maybe listening to calming music, read, or a sleep podcast. Something without screens. This way you're telling your brain it's safe now. We're done for the day. We can relax. Something I found helpful is trying to put off intense conversations until the daytime, as an evening argument can significantly impact the timing and quality of your sleep. If you're in a relationship, me and my husband have found a great success at scheduling a marriage optimization meeting once a week, mid-morning on a weekend, where we can discuss any areas that we have for optimization. This has nearly eliminated all late night disagreements. We keep a notepad on our phones with the items that we want to discuss at the next marriage optimization meeting so that we can do it at the right time and when we're in the right headspace, both together, to hear one another in a loving way. This really helps any late night argument. Third, try breathing or relaxation music. These calm your body faster than you think. If your thoughts feel loud, your body can quiet them. Try doing this. Lie down and tense each muscle group for 5 seconds, then release. Start working at your feet and work your way up. Or inhale slowly for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds, and repeat this whole process 8 to 10 times. You'll feel your body slowing down. This helps to reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and tells your nervous system to also calm down. Lastly, be careful with supplements, but they can be useful. A lot of women turn to melatonin or magnesium when sleep gets tough, and yes, these can definitely help, but we should understand what they actually do. Let's start with melatonin, which is more of a timing cue than a sleep sedative. It tells your body, hey, it's getting dark, let's wind down, this is what should naturally happen, but you could be supplementing it if it's not happening. That's why it works best when your body clock is off after traveling, time zones, or working late night shifts. But if you're already in bed, by the latest at 10 and still waking up with 2 or 3, the melatonin probably isn't your fix. And using it every night isn't ideal because it can throw off your natural rhythm over time. Now, magnesium, it can be super helpful in calming your nervous system and muscles, and can be a gentle way to reduce tension or support sleep, especially if your body is under stress. Some women find it helps them relax more easily at bedtime, and the best practice is to use melatonin only when needed, but magnesium can definitely be helpful in more frequent usage. For melatonin, small doses like 0.5 milligrams can support you, but can't replace healthy habits or sleep on your own. Supplements can definitely help support you, but I wouldn't rely on them for replacing healthy habits or resetting your sleep, because they're not going to be as good as a fully stacked wind-down routine. I also recommend looking at a micronutrient test. I have several videos on this where you can actually see what nutrients you need to optimize, including magnesium stores. And one last thing, sleep affects everything, not just energy, but your metabolism, your hormones, your weight, your skin, your mood, and even how much hair you might lose. And the beautiful thing is, when you start sleeping better, so many of these problems start to fade away too. You can watch my full wind down routine on my channel, and I will also include a link in the show notes.